Good evening, everybody out there on Randomania. Welcome to the grand finals of the Zelda 2 Adventures of Link Max Rando Tournament. My name is OPT Lawyer. Joining me in the commentary booth tonight is DM Stewart 1981. We are here, Stuart, to watch the final battle between tra1lz and EunosXX in their Game 1 of their Best of 3 series. How do you feel about that?
I am excited. I am excited beyond the capacity for rational thought.
Awesome to hear. We started with 26 runners going through weeks of, 3 weeks or whatever, of Swiss rounds, all vying for the pinnacle which these two runners are left to fight for, and we are already underway here.
Let's get ready to Rando!
Okay, we start with a raft and boots, no spells, 1 crystal.
And three heart containers.
Okay, well,
and
that's
4 lives.
Yeah, that's a lot of lives. And that's a pretty deep, like, both of these runners are going to be really comfortable with 3 heart containers for pretty much the entire race.
Okay, it was 5 to the left.
Yes, it was.
Which palace is this?
So this is either
3?
This is either
3
or 6. We're not sure yet because they both look the same from out here. We're going to have to get more info. It doesn't look like either one of them has decided to really go. Oh wait, EunosXX is in here, and he is oh god, that looks really weird and shiny. Oh well, we found another heart container. It's in the grass spot where a heart container normally is.
That looks Palace 3-ish.
That's definitely Palace 3. Those blocks dropping down that are red there?
Yeah.
See, that's because that's what their normal color is supposed to be, and then they changed the color palette that we have when...
What town was that the tra1lz just found?
Mido, and he also found Death Mountain. He decides not to go into it because, I mean, who wants to go into Death Mountain at the first start?
At least in Rando.
Exactly. Or really ever. I mean, no one wants to go into Death Mountain. You're just required to in the vanilla game.
And tra1lz takes a death.
I mean, you got this encounter is not exactly simple. You've got
red Dairas, you've got orange Dairas.
Yeah.
Yes, EunosXX making a pretty ballsy play.
I mean, he's got no fairy spell, no way of guaranteeing he can get through doors. So he is in fact despawned the door. I have no idea how that happened, actually. I was kind of curious about that myself, but he's going to up A out of there. tra1lz has found Medicine Cave. It's got some some guys inside, but he's alright. And then gets that attack level. Attack level 2 is going to be nice here. He's almost dead, but he's gonna make it to the next screen! Okay, that's all that matters. Oh,
Medicine Cave. You know Bagoo? Then I can help you cross.
Oh, hey, we got a candle. Medicine Cave has a candle.
Fiat Lux.
Indeed. There's a small part of me that's surprised he picked it up, but, you know, if you're gonna get a free candle, you might as well.
Well, you go all the way, you get all that way, you may as well grab the candle.
Oh, absolutely. He's gonna take his 3rd life level. tra1lz once told me that he never, like, cancels out a level. Like, you'll see a lot of runners cancel a level up to bank that experience for the next one. He told me specifically he doesn't do that, so it'll be interesting to see if he does here ever.
Well, different ideas for different.
Absolutely, no. I completely understand the play. I always personally try to rush attack levels because I'm not good at this game, so I need the offense.
And see, I'm not good at this game either. Although I'm working on learning 100% all keys still.
That's a fun run.
So I generally save up life levels.
There you go. Well, Trail's taking an up A. He's going to go back to the start. Meanwhile, this swamp encounter Unos is on is not a fun thing to see.
All the projectiles. Okay, Eunice in...
That is the Parappa Pastor Cave, I believe.
I think so.
We have Syria.
Well, is it Eunice that knows Bagoo?
Yes, it's Unos who knows Bagoo. So he's going to be able to travel through this town and get to the other side of it.
Meanwhile, Trails has found the flute in
Trophy Cave.
In Trophy Cave.
Indeed. All right, let's see what spell Unos gets. Unos is going to get our first spell of the game. We actually started with none, which is kind of
a little unusual for Max Rando.
Yeah. And it's the shield spell. Not going to be sad about getting the shield spell, just, not one of the required spells.
Not happy about it either.
Well, he might be happy-ish, but he's got 4 heart containers at this point, so not something he was, rushing for. But,
I am guessing that the other town that Trails just found is
Ruto.
Whichever one requires the trophy.
That's the trophy. Yep, that's Ruto.
The only ones I remember are the only ones I really remember are the 2 Kasudos, Saria, and Mido.
Well, Unos found the other side of Saria, so going through doesn't actually do much. He's found Trophy Cave. Meanwhile, Trails is in Saria. He's going to grab his mirror. Unos, having not gotten the candle yet, going to use his shield spell so he doesn't die. And, well, fortunately, there wasn't a large enemy there. It was just a small whatever it was.
Bot. The true boss of the true boss of this game.
Absolutely. Alright, so that is, that's Jump Cave that Unos just found, so clearly he's not going to be... That is a very weird piece of mountain just in the middle of nowhere, but,
Okay, a question from our... After we find Great Palace. A question from our tracker, Wolfman2000, who's doing a great job. In chat, for spells and stabs, does the text match what you get, or can it be shuffled? It can be shuffled, but if it's the original text, it will match the spell.
For these flag sets, it will always match the original. It's not shuffled at this point. It was at the start, and the randomizer got some updates to it, and the Max Rando button doesn't change the text right now. So what you see is what you get. There will be no community sayings. We found a little digger, as they call it, in the money or the point bag cave. That is an extra life.
Not usually a bad thing to run across.
Not really.
And Eunice has found the way to the eastern continent.
Indeed, he does have the raft, so we've got that is
Rauru, I guess.
Yep, Rauru, last town on the western continent for us.
Free, that's the free spell.
Yep.
Well, the other free spell.
Right, it's the one spell you have to do absolutely nothing for. Everything else you have to, well, not everything. Everything else on this continent, you gotta do a little something for.
And that spell is going to be fire.
Spell. So fire is linked to another spell, which means when you cast fire, you're going to cast another spell at the same time. It's random every seed, so we don't know what's going to be.
I'm cheering for Thunderfire.
I mean, Thunderfire is always amazing, clearly. And that would be nice for the runners would probably love to see that, because then they could just get through Great Palace, and outside of needing to find the glove, because we're actually we don't like we don't know if the glove is required, but it's like a high probability.
Very high probability glove will be required.
I mean, it's also entirely possible that Dark Link is like 3 screens in, but you know.
And it could be a complete and utter jet seed.
It could be. We only have 1 crystal to play. That means we only have to beat 1 boss.
Well, 2 if you count Dark Link.
Well, to get into Great Palace, but yes, you're right. And it's Thunderbird is a possibility, but we don't know. We won't know until we get into Great Palace.
Tra1lz picks up his fire spell.
Indeed. I didn't see how much it cost.
37.
It can't be 37. That had to be 87. Like this at level 2, I don't think it would be that small. They would have cast it by now. Unos has found Medicine Cave, and he's going to pick up his candle. Wow, tra1lz is going over to the east. He's their first one over. No, is he? No, he's not the east.
Yeah, he is.
No, he is in the east, yeah. Yeah, this is Nibiru. I got thrown off by the greenery at the front.
And he gets water for the laziest NPC in the game.
Absolutely. Oh, well, he gets life for it, so... That's cool.
Nothing wrong with picking up the life spell.
Not at all.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. It is 83 at Magic 3, so
yeah,
it must have been 87.
Yeah, that's not much of a drop, but fire does have the ability to get down to, like, really, really inexpensive. Like, in the
Oh, very much so.
Expensive.
Which means Fire Thunder is ridiculous.
Unos is going into 5.
That could be an interesting choice.
If Goma is really close to start here, he could finish this off and then just jump into Great Palace and could pull something like just insane, but this could also be like one of the worst Palace 5s in the history of Max Rando, too. We don't know. Palace 5 has a reputation for being awful. It's very long. There's a lot of rooms that look similar. Sorry, yeah.
Is tra1lz in tra1lz is in New Kasuto, it looks like.
Yep, absolutely. So, what spell's he gonna get? That is fairy. That is
okay.
A fairy spell. That is an uncastable fairy spell.
Okay, so clearly if I'm in tra1lz's position, I'm immediately gonna try and get enough that I can cast fairy, so I can go and get my downstab.
That's potential, absolutely. I like what Unos is doing here. He's literally grinding off of these jumping skull heads that I'm sure have a better name than that. That was very nice positioning there. Oh, tra1lz found the magic key!
Nice.
As we would say in Zelda 1, the any key. So, tra1lz now has the ultimate access to every palace.
Except he doesn't have the glove. And
Right.
we've got a River Devil.
We do have a River Devil.
Which is a great place to plug Rate My River Devil.
I love that Twitter. Got tra1lz dealing with some invisible Moas right there. Is able to get through. Going to Maze Island.
Not a bad play, I don't think.
Now, there's 2 free items on here, absolutely. Yeah, and you're still looking for that glove. Glove is going to be the major thing right here. Unos finds Nibiru. No, that's Raru. He's already getting in there. I thought he had already gone east. He's just going east now. There we go. But no, tra1lz is definitely digging for that glove. I mean, that's the main thing. I don't think either runner is going to progress much until they find it. It's just so likely to be required in Great Palace.
Well, yeah.
Because at that point, the game just assumed you had it, so, you know, they just put block walls everywhere. Oh, first item is the trophy!
Well, that's going to get him, that'll get him a spell.
If he decides to trade it in. Now, honestly speaking, if he finds the glove here, and this is Palace 4, so he's not going to be doing that because he doesn't have the Reflect spell. If he finds the glove, my guess is he'll jump back to do Palace 3 on the west, and then jump in the Great Palace. That would be my assumption.
I don't think that's a bad call.
No, not at all. No attack 2 boss coming. No! Now, unlikely that they would go do Palace 5.
7 magic containers required to get the other item in New Kasuto, and tra1lz going to get the other item on Maze Island, and it is the cross.
Cross is not a bad item to have. Those invisible Moas, as we saw tra1lz dealing with them earlier, are not fun, but not the thing he's looking for here. Again, with only 1 crystal, you're not going to have to do a ton of exploring on the east unless we need to find that glove, and Lord knows where. Rando's going back to start. I wonder what his plan is. He's got Fairy, so I wonder if he's going to go. He's going to go do Palace 3 again. Man, if he'd just gone a little bit further over, he would have found the magic key and would be able to complete this. Well, except the fact that he doesn't have the glove. But it's entirely possible to beat Palace 3 is beatable without the glove. There's only like, is it 1 or 2 like rooms that require it? I think it's like 2.
I don't remember.
Nightcrawler in the chat is pointing out the fact that there are no blocks in Palace 5. There's 2 blocks. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, there's one that's got the blocks going all the way up down the ceiling, and then there's another that's like this weird jumping thing. I don't know how to describe it otherwise. He's got the item room here. He's got Fairy, and I don't think he can cast it. I didn't see how much it costs, though. tra1lz finding a 500-point bag. He's going to pump his points into... Uno's trying to die on the spiky... I don't even know what that's called, but it's annoying.
Miyu, I think.
Thank you. Yeah, Life 4 too strong. Okay, Fairy is clearly very castable at level 3. What's the item in here going to be? It's a magic container. Oh, that's why he went back in here. He found the item room earlier and had no way of getting into it. It's a Mew. Thank you, Enchantress of Numbers. Welcome to the chat. Alright, so we got a magic container in 3. That's going to put on with the 5. He's going to go get his downstab, I believe. I mean, yes, the only reason he can be in here, so of course he's getting downstab.
Right, because he doesn't have the medicine. He doesn't have the medicine to get the spell.
Absolutely. tra1lz, is this the Eastern
That's a pass-through cave, I think.
No, it's not. Nope, it's a P-bag
P-bag.
cave. That's what I thought it was.
Sorry, the pass-through caves and the P-bag cave. The pass-through cave and the P-bag caves look really similar, and that's another magic container.
All right, so we know where 2 of them are. There's 4 of them throughout the entire game. We need to collect 3 of them to find the item in New Kasuto. And just getting his downstab. He's going to be... Yeah, that just makes combat so much easier in this game. He's going back into Palace 3. Undaunted, Unos heads back into Palace 3. tra1lz has found Palace 1, and I'm actually really surprised he didn't go into it.
Yeah, I am too.
That would be the one you could just do that one.
With the any key and with the any key and what he's got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with the any key, you can just do Palace 1. There's nothing stopping you. Alright, 2 red Lizalfos is there. That's... Game, that is not cool. Just saying. Oh, and Trails has found old Kasuto.
Let's see what spell he gets.
Reflect. I mean,
interesting.
Outside of being required for Palace 4, it does have its uses. It allows you to block certain things you wouldn't be able to block normally. And oh my gosh, this room Eunos is in.
Yeah.
Well, they got through it. Oh my goodness. Forget that. Trails has a lot of those outposts on the screen right now. That lag.
Oh, yes.
We did not slow down this footage, ladies and gentlemen. It's that fast. There we go. Oh, there's the water spot. Oh, so there is one of the glove block rooms.
Yep.
Trails has found his 7th magic container, I think, right?
6th.
No, 6th.
He didn't get the one over on the eastern continent.
That's right. And that is Palace 2 by a process of elimination. Which puts 6 in Death Valley.
Which we saw the entrance for in Trails' screen.
Yeah, well, Eunos is in fact glove blocked out of 3.
Now watch. The glove will be in Palace 1.
Right. Looks like Trails is heading back to Palace 1, and now he is going to go ahead and go into it. I think I could understand waiting a little bit. You are basically burning the 1 gem you've got, so...
Yeah, you're burning the 1 free level.
Yeah. So we only have 3 spells left to find. Or to collect, I should say.
Jump, Thunder, and
Spell.
Yeah, Jump, Thunder, and Spell.
And those are in either Ruto, Mido, or Darunia.
Which Eunos just found Darunia.
Nice. Yeah, those are all 3 of the towns that we need spell items for. Trails does have the trophy picked up on Maze Island.
Eunos finds his any key.
There we go. Okay, game. That's too many. That's too many blue iron knuckles. Just saying.
Could be. I've seen more.
Yeah.
I've seen blue iron knuckle be the dropper enemy.
I mean, those are at least fun because you can only kill in 1 hit. Well, that's a 500-point P-Bag in Palace 1. Nice for the experience, but not the Power Glove.
Yeah, we need the glove.
Oh, yeah. No, that is a definite at this point. Well, I mean, theoretically. You don't know what Great Palace holds, but more than likely.
Almost certainly you're going to have to go through a chicken and waffles room.
Oh, yeah. Nightcrawler really wants to find the Power Glove in Palace 5. That's mean, sir, but I like it. Yes, this is just 1 race today.
Eunos is on Maze Island, going to find his trophy, and wasn't the other one on there? Yeah, good. That's right. Cross.
if he sticks out finding all of the items on here. Well, Trails has got his one item from here. He's leveling his magic up. That magic level 4. I didn't see what his spell class were. I missed it. Unos discovering Palace 4. He doesn't have the reflect spell yet, so he's not going to go try to beat that. Not that I feel like you would anyway, because Palace 4 is, you know, not
kind
long,
of a pain. And Trails finds Horsehead.
Oh, yeah. Trails does not have jump because... Oh, it's fire's random spell? I didn't see him cast it. Alright, so jump is fire. Or fire is jump. So... out of the 3 remaining spells, fire was one of them, but not the one we were looking for.
A little disappointing. I mean, I like Thunderfire.
I mean, everybody likes Thunderfire. Alright, well, Trails has completed his one dungeon. He has 0 crystals left. But without the glove, I don't think he makes a rush to Great Palace.
No, I don't believe he's going to.
Unos is jumping in the Palace 4. Nightcrawler, I've seen 1, and it was amazing.
I did commentary on
That's
1.
right, you were with me.
Unfortunately, only one of our racers realized that even did the experiment to find out that fire was thunder.
Indeed. Oh, last night's was Fire Thunder. Nice. Alright, so obviously Unos doesn't have Reflect, so he can't beat this place, but he's definitely looking for the item in here, and he's instead found Karak. Well, you can't beat him yet, Unos, and he knows that. Unfortunate, that means he's going to have to do a lot more digging in here, but if the Power Glove is in 4, he's going to take what I would even call a commanding lead. This entire thing is really going to come down to who finds the Power Glove first.
Pretty much.
Unos making the gamble that it's in here, and I can't say I completely understand the play.
I can't say it's necessarily a bad play.
Oh, he made it. Little issue there with the iron knuckle on the bridge, on the collapsible bridge, but very good wherewithal of Unos to be able to cast that fairy spell.
I can't say it's a bad play. I mean, something's got to be in Palace 4, and
Oh yes,
it could be the glove just as easily as the glove could be anywhere else.
I'm just waiting for the glove to be on Spectacle Rock, and then for the hammer to be in like Palace 6.
That would be a little bit bad.
That wouldn't be a little bit bad. That'd just be awful. I'm really not hoping for that, because I like these guys. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And no one's done Death Mountain. That's true. Alright, Unos has found the item room in Palace 4. See what it is. It is a heart container.
Which is not a bad thing to find.
It isn't, but it's definitely not what he was hoping for, and I guarantee you he was perfectly fine with 4 heart containers, so... Like, he'll be okay with it, but he's not going to be happy about it.
Trail's making his way through... I don't recognize that cave.
It's one of the oh, well... Finds himself in a dead end and up an ace.
Okay, what is left for the... What is left for these runners to check?
Well, what we have on the west is Palace 5, the Heart Container Cave, and the Magic Container Cave. I do believe I noticed a Hammer Block Caves, at least one, so... We also have Death Mountain, Spectacle Rock. Unos has found the Eastern P-Bag Cave. And he's gonna find... Any minute now? P-Bag! I feel like that was expected. Anyway, the only things we have left on the east outside of Palace 2 and Palace 6 are the items inside a new Kasuto.
Which requires 7 magic containers. Which, or the spell.
Right. Well, both, if you want both items, but yeah.
Well, yeah, one requires the 7 magic containers, the other requires the spell.
Right, so tra1lz would need to go into Palace 3 right now, get the item in there if he has any chance of getting the 7 magic containers. Unos, having gone in there, will be able to collect all 7 if he finds the other 2 magic containers. You know, tra1lz gonna go ahead and turn in his trophy. He's really hoping this is the Thunder Spell, because he won't need to get any others. It's Spell!
Well, that'll let him get the other item out of New Kasuto.
That's very true, and if that is the Power Glove, then clearly that was a really nice find. Unos going through, going to get his second magic container for 6 magic containers. It really is always the Power Glove, though. Okay, so there is at least one Hammer Block Cave. tra1lz did earlier just pick up his down stab. Still trying to get through these. Unos in the Palace 1. He's going to go ahead and complete this, but he's also going to probably take the time to try to find the item in here. So him and tra1lz are going to be on even footing.
Except for... oh, wait, no, they've both gotten 2 magic containers.
Yep. Unos has the easier ability to get the 3rd, since all he has to do is find the water spot. tra1lz actually has to go into Palace 3, like, consciously make the decision to go into Palace 3. tra1lz is going to go ahead and figure out what's in the spell location.
Yes, by the way, if you're enjoying this race, and I sure hope you are, give these guys a follow. They certainly deserve it. Also, give our hardworking restreamer and tracker together, Wolfman 2000. He's working his butt off at doing both.
Sorry to interrupt, but tra1lz just found the item, the spell item in New Kasuto. It was a P-Bag.
Bum bum ba-doo.
Right, that. Alright, so... where do we go from here?
From tra1lz, I'm going to start looking in palaces, probably.
You have to. You really have to at this point. Just a matter of which one do you jump into first. tra1lz, you can't walk back to the other continent. Doesn't work that way. Oh, Unos finding horse head again. Palace 1 pretty quick as it is, let alone in the Max Rando side of things, especially with down stab.
Good whole yak hammer.
Yep. That was impressive. Is like not a descriptive enough word for what that was. That was very nicely done. tra1lz grabbing him.
Yeah, 500 P-Bag spot from the Valley of Death, from one of the Valley of Death item spots.
Yep. So he's got his attack level 4. Meanwhile, Unos has actually found his 7th magic container. I wonder if he's going to go back to New Kasuto or not.
I probably would.
I don't know, I probably would. I mean, he's going to check yeah or not. Oh, the lag. Yeah, that was very quick.
Yeah. I will agree, Grim Reaper. That was a massively quick horse head kill on Eunice's side.
Oh, Uno's trying to heal himself right at the last second, but he hit 0 HP already. Unfortunately, not like Earthbound, where you have a moment to heal yourself after you take mortal damage. Uno's gonna get himself an extra person. Little digger
Nice
now.
little digger.
Uno's in old Kasuto. He's gonna find his reflect spell. Still don't know where Thunder is. I mean, the thing of this is, Thunder could very well be required. And as of right now, it's hidden behind a spell item we don't have.
Yep.
Yeah, that River Devil is on duty down here, but Trail's just checking a few things and leaving. Oh dear. Oh, Trail's taking a death. Uno's jumping into Palace too. Making what I think at this point, the only play we've got left is jumping into Palaces.
It's a very reasonable play.
Now, I've only seen one hammer block cave on the western side. So there is another cave outstanding. I don't know if it's hammer blocked or not, but neither of our runners are looking for it, so I have to assume it must be. And that is a very pink palace. Oh, Unos finds the item already.
Pepto-Bismol Palace 2.
Pepto Palace, nice. Alright, and inside Palace 2 is the Power Glove!
Who randomized this?
Vanilla Power Glove and sent Unos back to start. He's gonna run directly into Great Palace.
He is going directly to Great Palace. He is not passing go. He is not collecting $200.
Is Thunderbird required? We don't know, and that's gonna be the big challenge here. Unos is actually going to stop by Ruto first because he has the trophy. Unfortunately, Ruto has the spell, so he's not going to be happy about that, but he's going to... I can't see him not jumping in the Great Palace at this point. We don't know if Thunderbird is required. Trails has gone into Palace 3. Again, I don't blame him because, you know, we got to find the palaces, but he's going to find his 7th magic container, and my guess is he will jump directly to New Kasuto.
So,
which is just going to cost him more time at this point.
So what have the statistics been on the tournament as far as Thunderbird required?
I don't know. Unfortunately, Trails has been keeping those, and, well, he's a little busy at the moment, but,
well, yeah.
I'm sure he'll tell us after the race is over. Uno's entering Great Palace at 37 minutes and 57 seconds. But yes, it has been pretty low. It's less likely than it is that Thunderbird is required.
And more of those dumb bots.
Yeah, they have a lot more health inside the Great Palace, too.
Well, yeah.
Because everything had to have a lot of health in Great Palace. Oh my gosh! There it is, ladies and gentlemen! Dark Link!
Oh, wow.
Power Glove wasn't even required!
Well, that was a thing.
Down goes Dark Link. Congratulations, Unos. Good game, sir.
Eunos takes number 1.
With an official SRL time, 38 minutes, 55 seconds.
GG to you, Eunos.
Nicely done, indeed. Oh, man. Everybody's been racing for the glove. And you didn't need it. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss GP. Trails finds the medicine as the item in New Kasudo.
Oh. Duster, don't worry. Most of us blinked and missed GP. And this is why you checked that. Unos has joined us in the commentary booth, man. Congratulations. Well played.
Hello, thanks.
Hi, hey. So, how about that great palace, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna run it back right now. Watch this. Yeah.
I think that did, in fact, take you less than a minute.
Yeah, this thing should, the whole thing should probably take less than 5 minutes, I think.
Right. Trails is unfortunately, same as you, like, oh, you're running it nice. Yeah, Trails is doing the same thing as you are, jumping into palaces to look for that power glove.
You know?
I mean, because the chances, right?
Yeah, I mean, the odds are not in favor of that happening, but you know, most of the time with a typical, there's like this balance between when you're doing a randomizer race or whatever, there's a balance between like trying to solve for the fastest possible outcome and win the race, and really like and doing things that are probably going to be a time saver, like get the fairy spell.
Right.
That was probably going to be a time saver, but I wasn't sure. And I'm not actually sure if there's a key in my way on the way to P1. I mean, all I'd have to do to beat the seed is find a key so I can finish P1. And then I just go to GP and finish.
Right. Yeah, that's that's awesome. Yeah, it's a really good insight actually, because it's as someone who doesn't race these as much, yeah, it's you're right, it's definitely a balancing act like that. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, like last night, you know, Big Shake went into GP without the glove to see if he could do it. For very good reason. I'm going to need magic too. Yeah, because there's the possibility that the seed's like this and that somebody can finish it. And something like this, you probably finish in like 10 minutes if you try that. But once you know where to find the stuff in the overworld, it's super fast.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, so, gosh, I'm trying to even think about... so when you load up a seed like this, and you're given exactly one crystal, what is going through your mind? Like, what is your immediate... like? And obviously, you can't plan for much, because it's random, clearly, but like, what's the first thing you're thinking of?
Well, looking at the items, obviously, and with this one, so we start with the raft. Which, if you have one crystal, it's like, man, can I beat the whole thing without even going in a cave, for example, to look for an item at all? Because think about, you know, you walk into a palace, the keys are randomly placed, maybe you just happen to find a pea bag that was turned into a key, and you can finish a palace and you walk into GP and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Sounds
GP's
nice
on
to
the,
do that.
Yeah, if GP's on the west continent, you don't even need the raft, but we started with one and boots. So.
Right. Yeah, I'm oh. Excuse me. Yeah, it's this scene was, as I said, it's interesting to watch both of you. Like as I said, what Trails is doing right now, looking for the Power Glove. It was very clear from the start that fairy and potentially Thunder. Like I figured you went into Naruto at the end there just in case it happened to be Thunder, in case
exactly.
Thunderbird was, That's what we were saying too. It's like, Thunder could be the great equalizer here. I mean, we don't know where. We've never found. Well, no, I'm sorry. Trails did find the medicine. Where was that, Stuart? Do you remember?
It was in one of the caves.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't remember which cave, but it was in one of the caves.
Gotcha. It had to be the one of the two we didn't find on West. But yeah. Like, so if it's not there and it's like deep in Palace 6, like.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you go into town looking for Thunder in case required because, what does it take to check for the spell? It takes 30 seconds to go in there? 45?
It was New Kasuto. It was the 7 magic container item in New Kasuto.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah, I mean, you can spend 45 seconds, let's say, max now looking for the check of a spell's Thunder. Or you can, leave the entire palace to check it. And then have to find out at that point and then decide what to do if it's not. Whereas I go in and I get the spell and I'm like, okay, well now I can go to New Kasuto and that's where the spell items might be if I have to leave.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's no, absolutely. But yeah, these races are always interesting to see, the gambles, I don't know if I guess they are gambles, but it's just to see the how each runner attacks each seed here. And Trails is in, where is he? He's in 2, right?
I think so. Yeah, he's in 2.
He's about to find his Power Glove and feel comfortable jumping in the Great Palace and getting the news at how this scene decided to be, I guess.
Right. Like,
and life not giving a whole lot of life back.
I didn't see it. How much was it?
A little over a block.
2 bars.
Yeah,
2
it's
bars,
always an even number of blocks.
Yeah.
It's 2.
It was hard to tell for me. Both times I saw anyone cast it, it was like in the middle of losing health.
No, he's in 5.
Oh dear.
Oh. Oh dear, yes. Oh, the Tripper enemy didn't spawn. Oh, by the way, Unos, I have to commend you for your ability to dodge the heck out of encounters on the overworld.
Yeah, that's kind of fun up to a point. It's fun when you can do it, and it's very frustrating when I fail to do it.
And in Palace 5, the time of the hammer is upon us.
Trails found the hammer. I'm only cringing because that means he's going to spend a lot of time going everywhere else.
Yeah. There were two caves on the western overworld that were blocked.
Well, let's see what this first one is. It's finds a point bag.
I was surprised down stab wasn't even required. No, Eunos is not commentating his own match. He decided he was going to go back and run the seed again and see just how fast he could actually clear it.
Absolutely. Because this is one of those after seeing it all, this is one of those seeds that can be beaten in a very, very fast time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's customary with a seed like this to go back and run it again to see how fast you can do it.
I have seen that before. It is fun. I'm intrigued. Our restreamer actually posted the time you started on our timer, in the chat, so we'll have at least some idea. Another P. So the two hammer block caves are both P bags.
Figures.
I mean, I don't blame you for. I don't blame either of the runners for searching for the glove.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, the idea that like how many rooms are there in Great Palace? Just I mean, we were talking about it before. Like the idea that the glove is not required, while possible, is so remote that you don't want to even go into it without it. But at the same time, if you were to take in this particular seed, if you were to have taken that gamble, this would have been done in 20 minutes before, now.
Right. Yeah, the risk is high for sure because, I mean, we think it's at least 98%, but we might be wrong. There's no numbers out. There's no real hard data out there. But the search for the glove can take any amount of time. I mean, once you get entrenched, maybe you find the glove really easily, and that's the thing you don't want to do is gamble on a GP when the glove's easy to find. But once you get entrenched in the search, it might take you a half hour to find it.
Right. I mean, unfortunately, that's what's happening to Trails now. I mean, you guys were, both of you basically, he finished Palace 1 first and went on his search for the glove, and then you did the same thing. I want to say was within, about 7 minutes of each other. And, yeah, you were just the first one that jumped into Palace 2 for it.
Yeah. And completely irrelevant to the seed.
Yes, absolutely.
Just
again, it's like, as you said, it's like the fairy spell. It feels like you almost need it in so many instances in this game. And yeah, it's not required in a lot of rooms, but there's a lot of places where fairy is so helpful that,
Exactly.
you just want it anyway.
that was exactly my mindset when I found it. I thought, well, I mean, I might not need it, but it could certainly be helpful in many situations. That's the reason, in a seed where you have one crystal to start, again, you might not need any of the spells at all, but you have a magic bar, it's a resource. It'd be nice to have something to spend it on to make everything a little bit easier.
Right.
Which is different from a speed run necessarily, where
a
speed run of a game, you know exactly what you need.
Exactly.
And Trails heading into Death Mountain.
Oh god. He's just trolling at this point.
Maybe he's just 100%ing the seed for. And they are right on Dark Lake. That's, oh my gosh.
No.
Nicely done, sir. Yet again.
I think I remembered something. That the magic key was on a desert tile.
Yes, it was actually very close to where you got the fairy spell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I'll just put my mic on mute for a bit.
Okay.
Wait for Trails to get done.
Alrighty. If you ever feel like chiming in, just feel free.
Okay.
Alright, well, Trail's still going through Death Mountain here. He's yet to find the Hammer Cave. He's looking for two things in here, actually. He's looking for Hammer Cave, and he's looking for a Spectacle Rock.
Yes.
Just a rock sitting in the middle of nowhere. Not nearly as glorious as its Zelda 1 counterpart, but, that's still a rock. Apparently, after Ganon was defeated and everything like that, somebody left a hammer inside of Death Mountain for reasons I don't know. I love the massive amounts of river devils at the bottom of the Death Mountain map. So Death Mountain is in fact a
separate map.
Separate map in the randomizer. Well, in the game, ROM. It's interesting when you walk out of bounds on it. If you have the boots and there is an open coastline, there is actually no wall as far as I know. There might be. I've yet to see one, but yeah, you can tend to just walk off into nothing. Oh, there's the other exit of Death Mountain. Oh, really? That's interesting. Enchantress of Numbers telling us that the Death Mountain and Maze Island are on the same map in the memory. That's pretty cool.
That is very interesting to note.
Indeed. I love like seeing all the behind the coding kind of things. I don't understand most of it, but it's interesting to watch. Unos on his second rerun has already grabbed the magic key. Oh, Trail's finding a dead end. So there, as far as I can tell, there is no real rhyme or reason to the cave placement inside of Death Mountain in this randomizer. It is entirely just random, in true spirit of a randomizer.
Trail's gonna keep searching Death Mountain.
That he is. I'm curious if he's actually seen Unos's dot done in SRL. The only reason I say that is because sometimes that does give you some information as to how, you know, where your opponent may have gone or something like that, so... Yeah, Unos Trails is looking for the glove. He's found Hammer Cave. We'll get to see what's in here. What are we still missing, actually? We were missing a magic container.
We're missing the kid.
Missing the kid. We're missing... No, we're not missing the medicine. We're missing the kid. Couple of potential heart containers. We're missing any actual items other than that. Let me see. No, we've got all the items, so we're missing.
So I think we've got everything.
Yep,
Besides
we're missing kids and the kid and the heart containers, of which we don't know. There may not be any more. So this is either going to be the kid, a heart container, or a point bag,
or a magic container. It could be the last.
Right, or the last magic container. Right. Let's see what we've got, and it's the last magic container.
And Trails will head back out.
He's probably going to keep digging for
Yeah, he'll probably keep digging for Spectacle Rock.
I mean, you're this deep into it. I can't imagine why you wouldn't.
I believe he's found it.
He has. All right, so we're out of magic containers, so it's either heart container, pea bag, or the kid. It's a heart container. Okay, so the only item I don't know what it is in Palace 6, and it is either a heart container or a pea bag.
Or a kid.
Or no, I'm actually wrong. I'm wrong entirely. It's the kid. The kid's in 6. You're right. So we know what it is. So the kid's in 6. So Trails is left. I wonder what his plan is now.
Maybe he's gonna go try Great Palace without the.
I mean, you've spent this much time looking for it. I'd be surprised if you were to jump into it now. It's like he searched everywhere but Palace, too. And no one's even touched 6, which, I mean, I'm sure everybody's okay with.
Yeah, Palace 6 is just ugly.
Ugly, awful, all the above. Alright, so Trails, where are you going now? He's gonna go turn in... Is he gonna go turn in the medicine?
I think he's gonna go turn in the medicine. Find out what...
Nope, he's going to the east.
Well, wasn't Palace 2 over here?
Yeah, he's going towards, at least in the direction. I don't know if he's actually going to go to Palace 2 or if he's going to go someplace else. Trail's using judiciously using Fairy to get through some of these encounters. I forget exactly where Palace 2 was, so I don't know if he's heading towards it or someplace else.
I think it was on the far side of the River Devil.
Okay. Getting blocked there. Pathway doesn't quite go through the entire way. Well, it's not on this side of the River Devil.
Well, I was wrong.
I thought that spider jumped down that cavern to his death, but apparently he just got himself lodged in the wall and he's perfectly fine. Okay, I think this is the way to Palace. As I said, don't remember, but I think we're getting there. Oh, the forest on this side is the path safe encounter, so that's good.
Not always.
Oh yeah.
So, if you are looking for the upcoming,
he's going to Palace 6.
he's trying every palace except where the glove is.
At this point, it's almost like he knows it's in 2. He's going everywhere, but he doesn't, folks. Don't worry about it. It's like, my goodness, it's every palace. In fact, I think he has gone into every palace. Yeah, yes, he's gone into every palace but 2 to check.
Well, and 6, but he's on his way to 6.
As he's going towards 6, I kind of negated 6, but. That's a very long Death Valley path.
Yeah, it is.
It's long and obnoxious. Now, there's still only, I think, up to only 3 of those forest encounters on it, so there we go. Alright, Palace 6. Item here is guarded by our Rebenek.
And it's almost certainly going to be the kid.
Actually, it's not even almost. I think it's 100% the kid. Assuming I have done the tracking correctly on my tracker. I always pull out the Angry Larry's tracker for these things because it's just easier to keep track of things. Well, here is a Rebenek fight, but it's the like the hallway one, the just kind of the mini boss. He's not actually guarding anything, but I think the logic not requires per se, but means that there will be something on the other side of this. But I'm not entirely sure, to be completely honest.
The logic will dictate that you can't enter that room from the right, so it either has to have an item, a boss, or a drop-off.
Thank you. That's right, because that completely screws the game up if you enter that room from the other side, right?
I believe so. I remember in early testing for that, there was some soft locking.
Yeah, just same thing like with Thunderbird, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you, Unos. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Like, I knew I'd heard that. I'm like, Trails is going to take the drop here in the false floor. Oh, so I know I've walked, like, ceiling walked off of that before, and apparently that just takes you out. At least it just took me outside. I don't know if that's normally a thing either, but.
And Trails is going to find...
Not much, I'm
That-
afraid.
Looked like a dead-end room.
Well, it's glove blocked.
Ah.
If that is the room I'm thinking it is. It's normally a drop-down room. It is a dead end anyway, but it's normally one of the rooms you drop into. And he found Barba. Well, we found the boss at least. We've got a calls in the chat for him to kill Barba. Trails is going to up A. He's going to go back into Palace 6 here. Hunt for the item. Which, as I said, we know is the kid. That will get him the spell for Darunia.
But he has not picked up the... He has not gotten the spell out of Mito yet.
No, he has not. Oh, I think the item is glove blocked.
That should suggest to him to go over to Palace 2.
Right.
To answer the question in chat, he has been in Go mode. He has been in Dig Shake Go mode since before Eunos was.
Yeah. Actually, both of our runners were in, like, technically, like, able to beat the game mode within, like, 20 minutes. Just nobody knew it. Nope, we found it. The item room is... No, it's not. That's not the item room. My bad. I thought it was. It isn't. This is where the reflect spell comes in handy, because those guys hurt, and they throw maces that you can't normally block.
But you can block them with Reflect.
You can. I don't know how that works, but I mean, the old man does say that it strengthens the shield. Well, he's not lying. All right, we still got possibilities for the item here. At this point, Trails is 100%ing the seed.
Is the item in this palace right entry or left entry?
Right
I don't
entry.
remember.
It's right, because there's a Rebenek in the same room. And all the bosses come in from the right side.
Okay, so it's left entry.
Right.
You come in from the left side.
You're right. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah. I know right from left.
And Trail's just continuing to go after Palace 6.
No, it's right entry. Oh, that's right. It's right entry. Because you're going to the right.
So you're entering from the left.
Entering from the left. But no, you're walking right. That's how it's classified.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I see what you mean. Yeah. No, you
So
yeah.
We were backwards.
Right, yeah. Trails has to take that drop here because if he does, because the weight keep going to the right there, and you run into more glove blocked. Well, blocks.
Run into a glove block.
Yeah. Trails is running to another dead end here. I think he's got to.
To answer DH Stom in chat, he might not have walked. He might not have looked. He
That's
might
true.
not have seen it.
Not only that, it doesn't actually necessarily mean the glove isn't required. It just could possibly mean that Unos got really, really lucky and just happened to find it in a place Trails hasn't looked yet. And in reality, that is in fact what happened. Unos found the Power Glove in Palace 2 while both runners were looking for it. Because he assumed, as all of us did, the glove was going to be required to get through Great Palace, because it pretty much always is required to get through Great Palace. Except in this scene.
Because so many chicken and waffles rooms.
Well, not just that, there are many more rooms there are many more rooms in Great Palace that require the the Power Glove. But no, yeah, the chicken and waffle rooms, as we call them, the waffle rooms or whatever, those do require it. But no, there's a lot of rooms that require that Power Glove. This scene just doesn't happen to be one of them. You could run like 100 of these things, and you'd probably only find like under 10, if that would have a Power Glove not required seed. It's unfortunate. Trails could go into Great Palace right now. He's finally in Palace 2.
He finds his way to Pepto Palace number 2. If you have enjoyed the race, and I hope you have, give these guys a follow.
Absolutely.
Also give our hardworking restreamer / tracker Wolfman 2000 a follow, and my co-commentator OPT Lawyer. He does a great job.
Thanks. I think you've been playing Final Fantasy VI lately, right?
I have.
Trails finds his Power Glove. There we go.
Trails should at this point head to Great Palace.
I mean, unless he's going to stop by Middo to pick up his spell, I would absolutely assume that is true.
Now this was round 1 of 3, so
Indeed.
Trails is not out of this.
Not at all. We've still got 1, if not 2 more games to go. All right, here we go into Great Palace. All right, well, thank you for joining us, Enchantress of Numbers. Unfortunately, we don't get to see your Reuben this run, but, you know, next time.
Maybe next time.
So this is the second room, and then room number 3. Oh,
Dark
all
Link.
right. Alrighty. Trails is getting in his position here to fight Dark Link, getting his swipes in. One more. There you go. Trails has finished his run of this seed with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 27 seconds. Let's give him a round of applause for finishing, everybody.
GG to you, sir.
Unos has left the commentary booth. I don't know if he's going to rejoin us or not, but Trails is going to come in and talk about this. All right, so we are going to get Unos in here. Trails in here. He was just asking a few things about the seed inside of SRL. Let's get him in here. We'll talk about it more. Trails!
Welcome,
Hey,
Trails.
what's up, man?
So, it's great. So, to answer a few of the questions you had in SRL, yes, Unos did find the Power Glove. He was hunting around the overworld the same time as you, but his second palace of choice was Palace 2.
Okay, yeah, I just kind of grabbed whatever palace was closest to me.
Yeah. Actually, after he finished, he ran the seed back and finished in what I think is something around 11 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't need a glove, I mean, that was what I was doing, running around in circles. 100% of the seed. I mean, of process of elimination, kid was in 6.
Absolutely, that was our figuring as well. You actually were ahead at the time. Both of you were looking for the Power Glove. You finished Palace 1, I want to say at least 7 minutes, if not 10 minutes before he did. Because both of you did Palace 1, because with only one gem, of course you got to do Palace 1. But yeah, you got off to just a much larger start, and then that Power Glove that, as I said, Unos just happened to go in the right palace and find it, and as it turns out, it was like the one seed where it wasn't required.
I know, right? That like almost never happens, and a lot of times I'll just check, to see if it's required or not. But like when you're playing against someone like Eunos, dude, like you can't really give him that little inch, because I mean, if say it was required, then I just spent however many minutes in there poking around, and he could have already found it by then.
Oh, absolutely understand that. Absolutely. I mean, he was kind of talking the same thing. He's just like, it's those things that you want to do, like, because if you go into Great Palace, spend a lot of time in there, and then, oh, hey, by the way, Power Glove required, as you said, you just wasted that time that you could have been looking for the Power Glove.
And time that in the final of this kind of a tournament, you don't have that kind of time to waste.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel like I played my best, but I definitely, I should have poked in the GP early. I might have had a chance if I would have.
If you had gone into GP, at the time that we kind of thought you might have, like as far as I was thinking anyway, you definitely would have. But I mean, that again, both of you were looking for the Power Glove with good reason too. I say it just makes sense. But you played very well for as long as you didn't have down stab as well. Like you were playing fine, man. It's just that it was just that unfortunate decision of checking every place but Palace 2 for the Power Glove.
Yeah, it sucks, man. But what can you do? It's it's a randomizer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm ready to do round 2 whenever Eunos is ready. I don't know if
Absolutely. Obviously, we don't have that scheduled yet, but you guys will figure out when you're going to put it on the board, and we will obviously work as hard as we can to get it restreamed.
Cool, man. Thank you guys so much for restreaming us and stuff.
Indeed. Well,
Greatly appreciated.
Thanks for giving us the opportunity to.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks, Wolfman 2000 for doing the restream, and you guys for doing the commentary. Were you guys doing double duty with tracking also?
Actually, Wolfman handled the tracking, so he very, very well done by his part, keeping us everything working behind the scenes. So thank you so much, Wolfman 2000.
Yeah, thanks, and GG to Eunos, and yeah, you know, whatever. I should have jumped into GP early. That was probably my my undoing.
Well, just shake it off, and you've got at least one more, and I know you're hoping for 2 more races here, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not expecting to win at all. I mean, I'm facing Eunos, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. You know.
Oh, absolutely. It's all you can do. Give it your best. Good luck, and we'll see you in on game 2, whenever that's going to be.
All right, thanks again, man. You guys have a good night. All right.
You too, Trails.
well.
Good luck to you.
All right, later.
All right, Stuart, do you have anything else here before we head off?
This was a crazy seed.
Right.
I mean, no Thunderbird required, which we've had a lot of no Thunderbird required, and this has been no glove required. That's the crazy part.
Indeed. All right, so we are going to go ahead and jump over to Randomania 2. Right now is the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament race between the Hangry Canuck and Split Punched. But at 9 o'clock right here on Randomania is the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer weekly race. So tune back in for that, because those are crazy. Is insane. I love
those
Super
are
Mario Bros. 3 Rando. Yeah. So for everybody here at the Randomania Networks, for DM Stewart and for Wolfman 2000, my name has been OPT Lawyer. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.